This is your stimulus check update, your second stimulus check update, and stimulus package update as of Sunday, May 17th. In yesterday's stimulus update, we covered about 17 of the larger items in the Democrats' HEROES Act that passed the House of Representatives. It's an 1,800 plus page document that contains much more than the ones we listed, of course. However, judging from the comments that we received yesterday, people are very passionate about certain items in the bill, so I want to dive into further details about those particular items. But before our second stimulus check update and stimulus package update, I just want to do a victory lap, or should I say our victory lap for the people that listen to me. Truvada, ticker symbol AVA, is now up 136% from the time I recommended it 3 weeks ago. That's correct. It's up 136% on very heavy volume, record volume, which means it's highly liquid. From here, I think it's still going to triple, but if you're looking to buy in now, I just want to tell you that nothing goes straight up. You might want to wait for it to retrace and then for it to climb back up. I know this from experience. I'm just going to hold because I don't feel like timing the market, and that was probably the easiest $100,000 I've made since April. But I look forward to doing it again, rinse and repeat with KCS. Stacy and I are releasing a video later today to help you get started. Please look for that video and please subscribe so that we can make money together. Let's get back to the HEROES Act. This HEROES Act passed the House of Representatives on a vote of 208 to 199. Now it's going to the Senate, and in its current form, it will be dead upon arrival. That's in its current form. But again, this is not a waste of everyone's time. This is just the Democrats' starting position. This is where negotiations commence. Let's begin with the $71 million for the Fish and Wildlife Service to prevent diseases spreading to humans by wildlife. What are we talking about here? Here's an example and an interesting fact. Humans can spread COVID-19 to cats, and cats can spread COVID-19 to other cats. However, testings, they're showing that cats cannot infect humans. So we're talking about species to species jumping. Anyways, that's $71 million for the Fish and Wildlife Service, total waste of money. The $71 million would be used to prevent diseases jumping from animals to humans. What does that even mean? Like, how do you spend $71 million to stop diseases jumping from animals to humans? How do you do that? We don't even know how it got started. We're still trying to figure it out. All we know is that a bat was involved. That's all we know. That's the only clue we have. Someone ate a bat, someone got bit by a bat. Now they're saying it happened at a seafood market. Maybe there was a bat in the seafood market. We just don't know. Anyways, bats have extremely high immune systems. So if we got something from a bat, then you know it's going to be some powerful and dangerous stuff. But regardless, I don't think spending $71 million for a program like this is smart. How are you going to prevent animal to human diseases, especially if this started outside of the United States? Let's move on to the stimulus check payments to illegal aliens. People seem to be outraged by this because the media is going for clickbait, not for educating you. Let me explain to you what is really going on. For this first stimulus check, you need a social security number to get the stimulus check money. In the HEROES Act, you need an ITIN. So a social or an ITIN. An ITIN is an individual taxpayer identification number. There are a lot of people in the United States on visas where they don't have a social security number, and all they have is an ITIN. There's people from London, there's people from Australia, there's people from all over Europe that are here working in the US with an ITIN legally. How do I know this? Because I have those types of clients and I work with them. Just because you have an ITIN, it doesn't mean that you're an illegal alien. And I've seen YouTubers talk about residency status, and it's a disaster. They have no idea what they're talking about. Because this language is tax language. in the stimulus bill. They don't know the difference. These YouTubers don't know the difference between a resident alien, a non-resident alien, and an illegal alien. This is tax terminology we're talking about. The majority of this bill, the stimulus package and stimulus checks, the majority of this is all, if you haven't noticed, it's all revolving around your taxes, even the language and the terminology. That's why you have CPAs covering this hard. That's why you have CPAs just covering the stimulus checks, the stimulus package. You have them covering it hard because the stimulus package is all about and revolving around your taxes. Then you have real estate people trying to cover the stimulus package as well. That's fine. They want a piece of the action. I get it. They can read the news and regurgitate it back to you. That's fine, but they can't go down a level deeper because they don't understand tax or they don't know how to read well. Let me ask you, the stimulus check is based off what? Your 2018 taxes or 2019 taxes. It's based off your adjusted gross income. Who is a dependent on your tax return? Where do you check your stuff? On the IRS website. It's all tax content. The SBA PPP loan is based off what? Your payroll taxes, your 941, your 940, your 1040, your Schedule C. This is all tax stuff. The employee retention credits, the sick pay credits, the family leave credits, this is all tax stuff. But I'll tell you why people are clickbaiting. Let's say you're a real estate guy on YouTube and you have 20 rental properties. You're bragging that you have 20 rental properties with big mortgages on each of them because you said so in a bunch of your videos. And then all of a sudden, the majority of your renters stop paying rent. Well, your rental income stops, but your mortgages, your property taxes, your maintenance, they don't stop. Just do the math. What's an average mortgage in California a month? $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Let's be conservative and say $3,000 a mortgage a month times 20 properties, then you're losing $60,000 a month. Hell yeah, in that situation, I'd be pumping out 5 videos a day, and clickbaiting like crazy. Like, how's the real estate market right now? Is anybody buying real estate courses from YouTubers right now? Probably not. You're bleeding money. You're absolutely bleeding money. Then, of course, you have to make 5 videos a day. And clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. It's a matter of life and death. It's survival. You know, what choice do you have? It's clickbait time. But anyways, the tax and accounting business is a booming. That's why I don't need to clickbait. If you want to watch accurate content from other YouTubers, just watch Logan Alec, Hector Garcia, JJ the CPA, and I support Brian Jung. He's a good guy. Anyways, let's get back to the HEROES Act. Here's another one that people don't understand. There's the repealing of the SALT cap. What does that mean? SALT is not table salt. This is in reference to state and local taxes. SALT. State and local taxes are limited to $10,000 as a tax deduction on your personal income tax return. There was no cap before, but then it got capped at $10,000 as a tax deduction 2 years ago. They want to remove this cap as a deduction limitation, and Republicans are saying that this would greatly help the blue states or the Democratic states because the blue states generally have higher state and local taxes. However, this is a fallacy, and probably nobody has written about this on the entire internet since the HEROES Act was proposed. That's because people don't understand taxes. If you remove the $10,000 as an itemized deduction, if you remove that cap, and say someone pays $40,000 in state and local taxes, you would think that the deduction is huge, going from $10,000 to $40,000, and you would think that it would save them a ton of money. In that situation, you would be like, I got $30,000 more in deductions. I'm going to save a lot of money on my taxes. That's not how it works. Because state and local taxes, if you have too much of it, it triggers AMT. It triggers alternative minimum tax. AMT prevents a massive benefit from having excessive state and local tax deductions. How do I know this? because I personally spent hundreds of hours analyzing this for my clients when the rules changed in 2018. You can't believe the media. They're just clickbaiting you. They don't know what they're talking about. Repealing of the SALT cap would not provide an enormous tax benefit to people in the blue states. Yes, there are particular cases where some people would reap benefit or a great benefit with the repealing of the SALT limitation. However, in general, due to AMT, that's not how it works. In the HEROES Act, there's also $250 million prisoners release to help former incarcerated people re-enter and assimilate back into society. That's on top of the $200 million for the prisoners to help them stop the spread of COVID-19 within the prisons. There's also provisions to help cannabis businesses get access to traditional banking and insurance services. The thing is that the federally regulated financial institutions, they face penalty for working with these businesses. For this one, you can argue it's a good thing or a bad thing. But if you're going to make it legal, then why are you making it hard to obtain a legal banking relationship? There's $20 million for the National Endowment for Arts and Humanities. $20 million is like a rounding error. $20 million is so tiny that they thought that we wouldn't catch it, but the people see it. I mean, people are asking, how is the National Endowment for the Arts and Humanities related to COVID? You know, I'm a big fan of art, but I personally think that $20 million could be better utilized in like a food pantry. That's all I have for you today. Have a nice rest of your weekend. Please stay safe and healthy. Take care.